the Greek has a message for all the other podcasters.
I was gonna rip his heart out. I'm the best ever. I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from their claw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense is impregnable. And I'm just ferocious. I want your heart. I want to eat your children.
Kamala Harris gets caught in another lie. Go figure. You know, whether she's has a new accent depending on which state she's in to pander to certain groups, flip-flopping on policy, or just flat out lying about Donald Trump. That's what Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and the majority of Democrats do. So let's get into the video.
Families now defending Donald Trump's visit to Arlington, criticizing the vice president and a new campaign ad for the Republican.
Your statement is nothing more than a political spin to help you look better.
Get 13 families who have been waiting over 3 years to so much as get a phone call, to so much as hear our kids' names.
Why will you not express your condolences yourself?
You have disparaged all 13 who have lost their lives as well as their families, exhibiting your lack of gratitude by your silence.
President Trump has been there for us. He's been a rock for us.
Don't forget, Kamala, you were the last one in the room. These are the only memories we get to make with our son, and it is you who is playing politics and trying to detract from our memories made that day.
This has become a bit of a political football. Although
These young men and women join the military. Those soldiers are their children. You don't think it hurts these families that Joe Biden or Kamala Harris couldn't even make a phone call and say thank you for your service? You don't think that hurts them? You don't think they think to themselves, my son or daughter gave the ultimate sacrifice for this country, and the president of the United States and the vice president couldn't even make a phone call and say thank you? But they'll defend Hunter Biden to no end. You know, the corrupt, perverted, degenerate scoundrel who's selling out the country to the highest bidder, who has sex with his dead brother's wife, who is like a child that the Secret Service have to babysit him because he's driving around 100 miles an hour, doing cocaine and throwing guns in dumpsters. You know that Hunter Biden? But Joe Biden and Kamala Harris couldn't call these families and just say, thank you. That's just too much.
those family members, 8 of the 13, filed those videos on X online. Gold Star mother Kelly Barnett, her son Staff Sergeant Taylor Hoover was only 31, killed in that suicide bomb attack 3 years ago. Kelly, I can't imagine it gets any easier. Thank you for your time. I know you're well aware there's been a back and forth on this. You were the one who invited Donald Trump. Why was it important for you to have him there?
I did. Thank you, Bill, for having me. My dad is the man that's walking down with Donald Trump there to lay the wreath. He's 80 years old. He expressed to me that it's probably going to be his last time he's able to travel there. He has great respect for President Trump. Taylor had great respect for President Trump. I thought it would be a great thing, that it would be a great memory to have, to just knowing how much President Trump has supported us. And I reached out, and he agreed. It was just a wonderful thing, and I'm so glad that he came.
Well, Kamala Harris put out this on X as well. She said Donald Trump's team chose to film a video there, resulting in an altercation with cemetery staff. Let me be clear, the former president disrespected sacred ground, all for the sake of a political stunt. I've got a couple questions here.
The only political stunt is you, Kamala Harris. Your entire career in politics has been a political stunt because you don't deserve to be president of the United States. You have done nothing for the United States of America in the last 4 years besides destroy the country with Joe Biden with your ridiculous policies. And you heard what that one gentleman said the entire time since this has happened, that Donald Trump has been there for them and has been their rock. So let that sink in.
Dear Kelly, Did you invite Kamala Harris and or Joe Biden?
I didn't invite her personally or him personally. Governor Cox of Utah sent him a letter letting him know of the celebration that we were having, the ceremony that we were having. Told him that it would be good for him to be there. We also, Arlington Cemetery, let them know of the ceremony. So they were both, went without any kind of response from either one. So they were aware of the ceremony. They knew that it would be in their best interest to be there, and they refused to.
Okay, just to be clear, you're saying there was no answer?
There was no answer.
Okay. Did you see this film team or?
So the families invited Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Not only did they never get a phone call, obviously Joe Biden and Kamala Harris didn't even show up. And then they got the nerve to criticize Trump from a distance about an alleged incident that nobody can even confirm that happened, that nobody even saw. Kamala Harris lie and pander for votes? No, never. Who would have thought?
Or this camera crew on site?
No, everything was so respectful and so quiet and peaceful, as it always is at Arlington. People were whispering. We were talking, Donald Trump was close to me. We were talking about Taylor and about the beautiful day and how grateful I was for him being there. I heard nothing. I don't know where this occurred. I don't know the reason for it. That whole day we heard nothing until the next day when, it came out on NPR.
So you, based on that answer, you did not see any sort of altercation?
I did not.
Okay.
No.
It's our understanding. Yeah, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just said I didn't see it or hear anything.
Okay, apparently this Army soldier who was involved decided not to press charges.
Yeah,
the case has been dropped. Why was it important?
Press charges? It probably never even happened. Democrats lie, make up stories. I mean, the Russian hoax, the Hunter laptop, the inflation's not real, the border's secure, it's all figment of your imagination. Gas prices aren't high, groceries aren't high, there's no crime in the streets. You're just a racist, or it's your imagination. You need a straitjacket if you think that. I know. Because Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, Democrats, they would never tell a lie, right?
For these families to put out the videos they did over the weekend.
Because we were just so tired. I mean, we've been disrespected so much in the last 3 years. It's been 3 years. No response from them. No, I'm sorry. No, we stand with you. We know it was a mistake. We know it went down wrong. Because we know mistakes happen in war. This wasn't supposed to be war, but it turned out to be. And it was just important that, we let Donald Trump know, because he's been there for us. He's been our rock. And he's been there for us to give us a little bit of peace and carry that grief with us for a little while. And that's what he did that day. He carried that grief with us, gave us a little bit of peace, a little bit of happiness on that day. And all the families, that's my family, the 13, we're all family now. And we had to do this because he's been there for us. And it makes no sense that they throw daggers at us. It makes no sense they throw daggers at him, except for the fact that they weren't.
I apologize, but it makes perfect sense because that's who they are. They have no morals. They have no integrity. They just lie. That's what they do. Their entire campaign is based on a lie. And that lie is, let's try to make Donald Trump look as bad as possible because we have destroyed the country, meaning Democrats, and we have no policies or answers to fix the problems. So the only weapon that they can use is to just lie about Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris.
There, and they felt ashamed or that were angry that he was with us.
Yeah. Kelly, I appreciate you coming on. I know it's hard for you. I can hear it in your voice and I can see it on your face. Stay strong, and God bless the memory of your son. Gone too soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
So now we're going to watch Kamala Harris at a rally. One of her accents came out because every state that she goes to, she has a different accent. She has to pander to everybody. She's so pitiful and so pathetic that she can't even communicate with other humans in her normal voice. If you fall for this stuff, there really is something wrong. The fact that the race can even kind of be this close, with all the things that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have done to this country, we are in bad shape as a country. We're in super bad shape. Because the race shouldn't even be... If you're an informed American citizen, it should be like 90% Trump, 95, and 5 to 10% for Harris, and that's it. And that 5 to 10% is probably votes that, ballot harvesting or some type of fraudulent votes that they cheated. Because if you have this much of a brain in your head, you could obviously see that the country is going in the wrong direction, and you're not going to have... If she wins... Kamala Harris is proposing, her and Alexandria Cortez are proposing an 80% tax on American citizens. Let that sink. If you think you're not happy now, wait till she wins. So let's watch this other video. Kamala Harris, her fake accent in Detroit. It's just cringe city. She has no shame, this lady, whatsoever.
In Detroit and across our nation, the brothers and sisters of labor have stood together to righteously demand fair pay, better benefits, and safe working conditions. And let me say,
here we go.
Every person in our nation has benefited from that work.
Here we go.
Everywhere I go, I tell people, look, you may not be a union member. You better thank a union member. For the 5-day work week, you better thank a union member for sick leave. You better thank a union member for paid leave. You better thank a union member for vacation time. For generations in Detroit and across...
It's just like look at the guy in the background. Yay, Kamala! I'm gonna dye my hair green and purple, and I'm gonna put tampons in my workspace now in the men's bathroom. All right. I mean, how could anybody clap for this garbage? She's just... The only reason why it's not funny is because she has a legitimate chance to win the highest seat in the land and actually be president of the United States. Putin and North Korea laughed themselves to sleep that there's even a possibility that somebody like Kamala Harris could be the president of the United States. They know America is doomed for the most part, that it's headed totally in the wrong direction. I mean, this is just absolutely pathetic and cringe city, but I wouldn't expect anything else from Kamala Harris.